You've done the 30-day ab challenges. You've logged hours on the treadmill. You've cut carbs until you're miserable. And yet, your midsection hasn't changed. The reason those generic routines fail is simple. They treat a woman's body like a static machine, completely ignoring the distinct biological stages of your life. The fitness industry likes to sell the core as a single flat sheet of muscle that you can spot reduce. In reality, it is a complex, three-dimensional corset designed to stabilize your entire skeletal system. This diagram shows the anterior abdominal wall. You see the rectus abdominis and the external obliques. Down the center is the linea alba. This fibrous band connects both sides, actively managing internal pressure whenever you move, breathe, or lift. Because this system is so structural, training it effectively requires you to match your protocol to your current physiology. Chasing a quick aesthetic fix won't work here. To understand how to train your core, we have to look at what it actually does. True core strength is rarely about creating movement. Most of the time, its job is to resist unwanted motion. This chart maps the core's four primary responsibilities: flexion, anti-extension, rotation, and anti-rotation. If you look at most popular workout routines, they are heavily biased towards flexion. Crunches, sit-ups, and toe touches dominate. This creates severe muscular imbalances. Meanwhile, anti-extension exercises like planks and anti-rotation movements like Pallof presses teach your midline to hold firm under load. This is what actually protects your spine when you carry heavy groceries or pick up a toddler. Relying exclusively on flexion means you are completely ignoring 75% of your core's biological purpose. You increase your risk of injury while getting minimal structural return. Let's apply this to our first specific scenario, a postpartum body navigating recovery. After pregnancy, roughly 1/3 of women experience persistent diastasis rectus abdominis. This diagram illustrates the midline anatomy, where you experience a natural widening of the space between the rectus muscles and a severe stretching of the linea alba. If you try to bounce back by doing hundreds of crunches or high-impact jumping, you force outward pressure against a compromised midline. That mechanical stress can actively worsen the separation. The required intervention here is deep stabilization. You have to substitute traditional ab work for exercises that activate the transverse abdominis, movements like slow, controlled dead bugs and bird dogs. This phase demands intense mental focus. You aren't chasing a high heart rate. You are actively rebuilding the mind-muscle connection. You have to trade the immediate gratification of a heavy sweat session for the essential long-term restoration of your abdominal structure. Our second scenario deals with the profound hormonal shifts during perimenopause and menopause. As estrogen levels drop, the body changes how it stores fat. Visceral fat, the fat stored deep in the abdomen, jumps from about 5 to 8% of total body weight up to 10 to 15%. The instinct here is often to panic and adopt an extreme caloric deficit or a restrictive fad diet. Doing that accelerates the loss of lean muscle, crushes your metabolic rate, and practically guarantees a severe weight rebound. Instead of starving yourself and doubling down on cardio, your priority must pivot to heavy, consistent resistance training. Lifting weights directly combats the estrogen-linked decline in bone density and lean muscle. You are building a protective armor for your baseline metabolism. To manage the weight shift safely, combine that strength training with a sustainable deficit of about 500 calories a day, ensuring that at least 1/4 of every meal consists of high-quality protein. Menopausal fitness requires you to permanently drop the outdated eat less, run more mentality and start lifting to protect your metabolic engine. Finally, let's address the general fitness viewer whose primary goal is visible abdominal definition. To get there, we need to kill an industry myth right now. No specific exercise, sequence, or ab roller will burn localized belly fat. For abdominal muscles to show, you need systemic fat loss. For women, that typically means holding a strict nutritional deficit until you reach approximately 16 to 20% overall body fat. To build the muscle tissue so there's something to reveal, you must apply aggressive overload across all 4 core functions, 2 to 4 times a week. This path demands a trade-off. Sacrifice the immediate rush of a daily 10-minute ab circuit for methodical, structured strength building and necessary rest days. Visible abs are rented, not owned. Achieving and keeping that aesthetic requires permanent, disciplined nutrition, not just a localized workout routine. Biological reality dictates that core training cannot be a universal one-size-fits-all prescription. This chart outlines your decision matrix. Your training protocol must directly correspond to your current biological stage to be effective. If you are postpartum, your required input is slow, transverse stabilization. You trade aesthetic pressure for functional, structural healing. If you are navigating menopause, your input is heavy resistance training. You trade restrictive cardio diets for visceral fat control and metabolic protection. And if you are chasing aesthetics, your input is anti-extension training paired with systemic fat loss. You trade quick fixes for strict dietary adherence to earn visible definition. Fighting your biology with generic cookie-cutter routines ensures frustration. By accurately identifying your stage and accepting the specific trade-offs required, you can build a core that is functionally bulletproof and sustainably healthy for life.